Welcome back to the Kian and the Prez show. We're so happy to have you back. Another great week of picks, and this week we get a nice week 8 with no buys. I don't know why they do that. Have some bye weeks, and then in the middle of the bye week section of the NFL season, they just decide, hey, week 8, no buys. But hey, I'm not complaining. I like a full suite of games, and I'll be excited to watch the games this weekend. Anyways, like usual, we're going to do our top 5 games of the week, and then we'll do our quick hits. First game we're going to talk about today is a rematch of a game that happened 2 weeks ago on Thursday night. And a great matchup between the Falcons and the Bucks went overtime. It was a great Thursday night game. We usually aren't so lucky with Thursday night games, but this game was great. Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards, and Baker Mayfield played well as well, and it was a really close game. Now these two teams are really banged up since then. Obviously, everybody knows about the horrific injuries the Bucks had on Monday night. With Godwin out for the year, Evans with a hamstring going to keep him out a few weeks. And then for the offensive line of the Falcons, their tackles are a little banged up at playing, and their center probably is going to be out for this game. So just kind of a rough stretch for these teams, but I'm kind of expecting the same kind of game. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I know that the Bucks will find different ways. They'll get their tight ends and their running backs involved. They're really good in the passing to the running backs. And then for the Falcons, I still think that they're going to be able to throw the ball on a Bucks secondary that has given up a lot of big plays and a lot of yardage. So I'm going to take the Falcons in this game. I think because the Bucks are coming off a short week and just a morale thing where they just lost their two best playmakers. It's just going to be a tough turnaround for the Bucks this week. So I got the Falcons winning this one and another close win.
Yeah. The Buccaneers, they don't have their two best receivers. I think they still have some decent receivers on the team, but I don't think their offense is going to be the same. So I'm taking the Falcons. I think their offense will still be able to make plays, and as you said, the Buccaneers' passing defense hasn't been doing so great, and I think that is how the Falcons are going to be able to score. They can still try to involve Bijan Robinson maybe in the
Mm-hmm.
passing game,
Yes.
and still go back to the running game when they need to. So I think the Falcons will just outscore on offense, and it may be a higher scoring game. And if that is true, then I think the Falcons will have the higher score, and they will be able to sweep the Buccaneers.
All right. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Important game for the Bengals and the Eagles. Eagles are trailing the Commanders, and the Bengals are just trying to get right back into it after a really rough start. These are two teams that really haven't played their best football yet, in my mind. I know the Eagles beat up on a bad Giants team last week, and same for the Bengals. They beat a Browns team that's going through their own turmoil. But I really don't think we've seen both of the teams' A games where they've played the best. Jalen Hurts looks good in certain throws, but hasn't had a consistent game. And the Bengals, it's been either their offense plays really well or their defense plays really well from week to week. We haven't seen both units play a perfect game. So it'll be a really interesting matchup. But I'm going to take the Bengals over the Eagles just because I think Burrow's playing a little bit better than Hurts right now. And I think he's going to be able to take advantage of that young secondary the Eagles have. I think his offensive line will hold up a little bit better than the horrible Giants' offensive line. Keep him upright, and I think they'll have a game plan to get the ball out of his
Uh,
hands.
you just said Giants offensive line.
Yeah, the Eagles had played the Giants last week, so they had 7 sacks against the Giants. I think the Bengals' offensive line will handle the Eagles better than the Giants than the Giants did.
Okay.
You got it now, or
Yeah.
okay? Uh, so I think the Bengals' offensive line will do better than the Giants' offensive line did last week against the Eagles. Is what I was trying to say. If I didn't say that, that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so I have the Bengals winning this game over the Eagles.
I actually have the Eagles winning this game. I think the Eagles' offense will do a little bit better, and I think their running game or their passing game will do well. The Bengals don't have an amazing passing defense, so I think that is where the Eagles will shine. And Saquon Barkley has still been very good, so I think the Eagles uh, will be able to score a lot. And the Bengals, I think Cornell Mitchell has been playing well, so maybe they have some trouble there, although their offense still should be able to do well. So I think this will be a close game. But I have the Eagles taking this one. I think they'll play a little bit better on both sides of the ball.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Buffalo traveling to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Buffalo coming up a win off the Titans, and Seattle looking really good in a win over the Falcons last week. I don't know if you know this, but Josh Allen has not turned the ball over. No interceptions this year, which is pretty remarkable with all the changing offensive pieces. Obviously, they added Amari Cooper last week, caught a touchdown pass. Seahawks defense, much maligned the last 3 weeks, played really good against the Falcons, but will face a really tough challenge in the Bills this week. This game, to me, I think is going to be really close. I think this is just going to come down to a quarterback making a play, and I think Josh Allen, with his ability to move outside the pocket and make throws on the run, I think it's going to hurt Seattle a little bit, who is still trying to get their defense back to 100%. Not sure if both corners will be playing. So I have the Bills in a close one, 24-23, with maybe a late field goal, giving the Bills.
I I think the Bills have a clear advantage in this game, but the Seahawks have been looking really good recently, or at least in the last week, against a pretty good Falcons team. So I have the Seahawks winning again. I think their defense will play better. They traded for Ernest Jones. I don't know if he'll make an immediate impact,
Mm-hmm.
but he should be starting for this game. I don't.
Yes, he'll be starting at the mic.
So I think Seahawks defense might at least not allow a massive blowout to the Bills, and the Seahawks offense should be able to do decent against the Bills defense, which hasn't. I don't know if it's been the best defense in the league. So I have the Seahawks winning this game. I just think their defense needs to play very well, and they need to be able to stop the run. But if the Seahawks play like they did last week, or maybe even better, I think they can win this game. I do think it will be close. I won't be shocked if the Bills win this one. I think they are the better team, but I think the Seahawks will pull this one out.
All right, next up, a game that was flexed to the afternoon so more people can get some eyes on it is the Bears and the Commanders. Unfortunately, Jaden Daniels had a rib injury last week, and we're not sure he's going to play, but we're going to treat this game, or predict it, or pick it, I should say, like we think he is playing. Got the injury. I'm sure they'll put on a vest or something like that to help protect him. But it's a matchup, the first and second overall pick. Always great to see these matchups when they do happen. Hopefully these two guys have long careers. And already they're turning their franchises around. The Commanders is more of the surprising one. But I'm going to take the Commanders in this game. While I think Caleb Williams played better the last few weeks, I think the Commanders are really smart in what they've been doing defensively. I know they've had some easy cupcake matchups, but their defense has started to play better to go along with an offense that's putting points on the board. So I think the Commanders are really going to try to focus to take away the run game and make the Bears one-dimensional, put some pressure on Caleb and see what he can do to react to that. So I have the Commanders beating the Bears, and what I think will be a lower scoring game, maybe like 21-17. So give me the Commanders.
I I think the Bears will win this game. I think this should be a close game, and I think the Commanders could easily win this one. But I think the Bears might give them some trouble in the passing game on offense, and the Commanders might make a few mistakes and allow some big plays, and the Bears will capitalize and score some touchdowns and field goals. And the Commanders' offense has been doing great, and I don't know how the Bears' defense is going to stop, but I think this could be a close game, and I think the Bears could take this one. The Commanders have had some easier games, and they've had some tougher games, but I have the Bears winning a close game here.
Alrighty. Sunday night game, 49ers Cowboys. When they put this on the schedule, they were thinking, hey, these teams could be, meeting the playoffs again, maybe an NFC Championship game. I mean, it's 49ers Cowboys, one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL consistently. And then the Cowboys are getting blown out at home by 38 points. The 49ers team is just racked, and they're 3-4. So many injuries. Not quite what the NFL was hoping for. and just kind of a mess. But it is a game, and it'll get a big number. I'm sure the ratings for this will be through the roof, even though these teams are having rough starts. I think the 49ers have a better chance of still making the playoffs than the Cowboys because their division is not in doubt. Cowboys are looking up at two teams in their division versus, well, actually, technically the 49ers are two because they lost to the Cardinals. They're in third place right now. But I think, I'm trusting Kyle Shanahan. I'm also trusting recency bias where the 49ers have been able to handle the Cowboys in recent years. And even though the 49ers have a bad record, their losses are by much less than the 30-point blowouts the Cowboys have been handed. So give me the 49ers in this game.
Yeah, I have the 49ers win this game. I think, recently in the past few years, the 49ers will take this one easily. Although they have been injured, hopefully we'll get to see Ricky Pearsall, and maybe he can make some plays for the 49ers. But I think they have the better team overall, and they're injured, but the Cowboys have just not been playing at a great level. And I don't think they're going to be able to do anything against the 49ers. I think the 49ers have been playing better, and even though they're injured, they have a much better team on both sides of the ball. So I just have the 49ers winning this.
Okay. That's it for our 5 in-depth ones. Let's go through our quick hits. And like I said, we got a full schedule, so we'll try to get through these quickly. Starting with Thursday night, we got Vikings going to LA to face the Rams. I think the Vikings will bounce back. Is this a Cooper Kupp tryout for the Vikings? Who knows? But give me the Vikings over the Rams.
Yeah, Vikings are kind of disappointed in their loss last week, first of the season, but I think they will win this one pretty easily against a Rams team that hasn't been as great as last year.
Next up, AFC North battle. Ravens going to face the Browns. Feel bad for the Brown franchise just because the turmoil just sucks, but they're horribly run. I think the Ravens win, and Jameis is going to throw some picks.
Yeah, a divisional opponent against the Ravens, I don't think it will stop them. The Ravens offense will still dominate, I think, and they will win this easily.
Lions will beat up on the Titans, who are already fire-sailing the team. Just trade to get away a guy. We'll take some picks. So give me the Lions in a beatdown.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy win for the Lions. I think their offense will just do amazing. This should be a blowout.
Next up, Dolphins face the Cardinals. Tua's coming back, so please, Tua, if anybody looks like they're close to touching you, fall down on your butt, not your head. Please.
Yeah, I have the Dolphins winning this one. I still don't think the Cardinals' defense is great, and Dolphins' offense has some pretty great weapons, so I think they should be able to win this one.
Jets will get their third win when they beat the Patriots this week, and the Jets are probably hoping they could play the Patriots every week.
Yeah, Jets' second game against the Patriots this season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think this will be much different from last game. The Patriots have been one of the worst teams in the leagues. So I have the Jets winning, though the Jets aren't really a very fun team, but I think they'll still win.
Packers going to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. Jaguars back on home turf. I think the Packers will win this game in Jacksonville, but Jordan Love, be a little careful with the ball. You don't want to keep the Jaguars around.
Yeah, I think the Packers are one of the best teams in the NFC, and the Jaguars shouldn't cause them any problems. So I have them win.
Texans facing the Colts. It's a Week 1 rematch. The game was only a 2-point game, if you remember correctly. Texans still won that one, and I think they'll pull this one out. C.J. Stroud played a little better this time.
Yeah, Texans have become one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. So I think this should be a pretty easy win, but they have had some close games recently. So I still have the Texans win.
Chargers looking to bounce back against the Saints, and I don't think that'll change. I think the Chargers will dominate the Saints. They're just not good at the Saints.
Yeah, Saints have looked much worse than they were in the first few weeks of the season, and I think the Chargers will just do great. Saints defense has been playing bad, so I have the Chargers win.
Broncos. Could they be a playoff team facing the Panthers and Bryce Young? Ugh, Bryce Young, bad game to come back with. That defense is going to haunt you. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, Cody Barton might have another big game against the Panthers, and might catch a few turnovers. So I think they will.
Chiefs facing the Raiders. Raiders are a disaster. Chiefs can't lose. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Kansas City will not lose their first game of the season this week, unless I still have the Chiefs win.
Steelers facing the Giants. Giants have no Andrew Thomas. TJ Watt is going to eat a lot.
No,
Sorry for whoever's playing quarterback for the Giants.
T.J. Watt plays on the left.
Doesn't matter. They'll put him anywhere.
Alex Highsmith will have a great game against the Giants. Or
You can get sacks from the left side too, can you not?
well, yeah,
Well, he's not facing directly to Andrew Thomas, no. But they can line him up anywhere.
yeah. I have Steelers win.
Yes. Okay. All right. Have a great week. Enjoy this football, and we'll see you next time.